Hey everyone, and welcome to a special video where I have actually created a weekly tournament called Women's Weekly. The idea of this tournament is so that it can be all women and promote regular competitive play between them. So here we go. Okay, so it looks like we've got Candy Crushers, which is EU's Mithra, Lady Air from NA, and Candy from NA, which are both on Legally Blonde. And then It's Game Time 0114, which is actually the password for this tournament with Mozzie Pie, Asaya, and Emily. So far we've got an even game. All the matches up until finals are a best of 3. It's Game Time is keeping a lot of pressure on Candy Crushers. Maisie Pie challenging in the corner, but Asaya's going to take over. Mithra trying to get a clear out, but Candy is going to keep possession in the back. Air's looking a little bit awkward on their back line, but she will bring it safely to the side. Mithra going for a solo. Emily's going to get in the way of it. Emily calls Asaya off, and we have a drive down the middle. Candy making a critical challenge in the back corner is going to keep it safe for now. Mithra using the space to get a clear out. Air is going to take it up the side wall, but Asaya is going to get a clear. Candy keeps it in their back corner, and Mithra clears it out once again. We're seeing a lot of pressure against Candy Crushers in this game. Luckily, whoever loses this gets one more chance to move on to the next round in the best of 3. Also, by the way, it's my first time officially casting something, so if it is a little bit rough, excuse that. I'm just getting some practice in. Emily trying to get a pass out to Asaya, but it's not going to connect. Air keeps it in front of their net, which is going to leave it open, and Emily comes in with the first goal of this series. Air made a critical mistake here. Maisie's saying hi to me. Emily popping it up into the left side of the field, trying to get it across the goal so her teammates can take a shot. Candy on 0 boost, but she's going to handle it well with a backflip flick. Woo! That is rough to say. Candy Crusher is actually getting a little bit of pressure in this after the reset off of kickoff. We're going to see if they can keep it. Mithra with the drive down the right side. She can't get it back out to her teammate though, so all that pressure is going to be relieved as Emily takes an air dribble all the way across the field. Candy makes a save. Maisie almost gets a shot on net there, but Candy comes in last second to save it and push it off to the side. Now we've got Air and Asaya in the back line. Demo on Candy is going to relieve a little bit of the pressure, but Mithra keeps it in. Air with an attempt on goal. There's a little bit of a team bump action on the orange side, so maybe Candy can capitalize, and it goes in. Candy equalizing with a nice flick goal. Off on kickoff, it goes orange team's way. You see Asaya take it over one blue player. Mithra trying to go for the pass on the wall, but Candy cannot connect. Little miscommunication on the blue team side as Mithra and Air go for the same ball, but it's going to be safe on the left wall for now. Candy trying to make a clear out, but she doesn't connect with the ball, and Air is going to pick up the slack. Mithra popping it across the goal line, but Emily makes it safe. Makes it safe. A plus casting right there. Emily keeping pressure again on the blue. Maisie's gonna miss a shot wide to the left. Mithra with the pass to the middle. Can Candy double this? It was a close shot, but no dice. Emily passing it forward, but she doesn't have any teammates up line. Maisie's gonna let it drop as we go into our first overtime in our first game of Women's Weekly. Air taking it down to a dribble, but Emily's gonna tackle that. Mithra trying to get up in the way, but Astea's too fast for her, and it pinches in off of a blue player, Maisie Pie, with the winning goal. What a cluster on the goal line, but it's all right because Candy Crushers have one more chance to bring it back and move on to the next round before It's Game Time takes it. All right, game number 2. We have it on Utopia Coliseum. Uh-oh, looks like we might have a player who DC'd. And who did we drop? It looks like it was Emily, but she's back in, so here we go. Into game 2. Now Candy Crushers have to take this win if they are to move on to the next round, as I have already said multiple times, and in case that wasn't clear. Mithra taking it up into the air. Looks like we've had a change of car on this side. She switched over to the Fennec. Emily with the drive down line, but Air gets in the way of it. Astea taking her time, clearing it out the back corner. Maisie Pie is going to get it past the second defender. And possibly the third, but Candy stops it. We have a little team bump action, so Candy has to turn around back into rotation. She gets a nice clear, and none of the orange team players are back in time, but Maisie makes a crazy save. And we're stuck at a 0-0 scoreline. Mithra trying to get cheeky with the dribbles. She's going to pop it out to the mid. Candy goes for it, but she does not connect. Maisie, awkward in the back line. And Emily's going to help her get it out. The pressure is now switched so that orange team is under the gun, while blue team is keeping it on. Mithra's going to take it slow on her goal line. She flicks it past and tries to pop it over, but Astea gets a good challenge. Candy missing the ball. Mithra's going to come in for the save. Almost with the double from Emily, but it's off target. Maisie waiting in the midfield has to readjust. She's going to take it to her corner, but Candy's going to get a tackle on her. We're seeing the early signs of boost starvation here on Team Orange. Can Blue keep up the pressure? Air almost getting the shot off of Candy's pop, but it didn't quite hit the goal. Emily taking it up into the air. Candy gets a block on her goal line. Maisie takes it around, but Mithra's going to play it slow and do a safe 50 into... I meant to say it takes it around. Oh dear, this is harder than it looks. Candy whiffs the clear. Admittedly, that shot had some bite behind it. So we are going to see the first goal go in for It's Game Time. Candy Crushers have to bring it back if they have a hope of moving on to the next round in this tournament. Maisie clearing it out with an air dribble. Candy taking it slow up the left side wall, but she's going to get tackled. Mithra holding down the back line very well here. She's been able to slow down the play and keep possession while her teammates can get boost. Emily went for the double, but she didn't quite hit it. Air demoed on the wall, so Emily is going to take possession again, but Mithra with a quick tackle. Candy attempts a goal on net, but it's going to be saved away. Air popping it out to the middle. Mithra trying to reach it, but she can't quite make it work. And now we have one player back on the blue side against orange. Emily gets a clean flick over air for the second goal of this game. Admittedly, that was a very tricky ground dribble, so Air didn't have much option. She came from the right side that she was supposed to in terms of the shadow. It was just a great play by Emily. We're going to see It's Game Time go up by 2 goals. Looking to take the win. Maisie gets it out into a center, and Astea puts it in this time with a quick reaction to that great dime of a pass. Even if Astea didn't hit it, Emily probably would have put it in. So we're seeing some great team synergy here from It's Game Time, and, you know, wondering if we'll see this carry on into the next match. Maisie Pie keeping it out. Emily's going to pop it over her own net to buy some time for her teammates. But Mithra is there with the ego challenge to put in Candy Crusher's first goal of this second game. That's a tight angle, folks, so hard to get that one in, but Mithra managed to with the air roll shot. Candy getting a good look on the kickoff. She's gonna keep it in the back right corner of her team's side. Emily with a little pop over the blue net. Maisie diming up a pass again. Astea gets a pretty good 50 on the goal line, but it does not result in a goal. Mithra looking for a 50 here, but Maisie manages to clear it out. She's going to pressure it again. We have 2 blue players bite, but Mithra is going to persevere on the goal line as an orange player even chased the bump on her. Very good play. Looks like she is the rock of this Candy Crushers team. Orange team resuming their pressure on blue. They're going to be backed up into their corner though. We have just a few seconds left, so it's looking like It's Game Time is going to take this match in 2 games. Astea looks for a final goal to cinch it, and here we go. Candy Crushers are eliminated, and It's Game Time move on to the next round. All right, now we need to see how all the other teams are doing in this bracket. All right, so in this match, we've got IRO playing against Roar Lionesses. So both 2 established WCB teams playing, so they're probably using this as good practice. I would like to point out that Roar are a EU team, while IRO are NA. So we're seeing some cross-regional battle here. Of course, these games are hosted on USD servers, so NA should have the advantage. But it looks like Roar are taking it with a healthy lead of 5-0. Pads puts a shot on net, and Moxie gets a good demo on the defender to put in a 6th goal. Moxie's going to play patient in her back corner. She's going to get it past the IRO player, and there we got it. Our second matchup of the tournament have moved on. We have Roar Lionesses moving on into the second round against Jazzy's Kitties, if I am not mistaken. So let's get right into it. All right, so we got our bracket here. Candy Crushers being taken down by It's Game Time, and Roar Lionesses moving up against Jazzy's Kitties on the left side of the bracket. So It's Game Time is going to have a little bit of a wait for their finals match, but let's get right into the second semifinals. All right, the game has just started here, and we've got Roar Lionesses against Jazzy's Kitties. Another EU versus NA matchup here with Jazzy's Kitties being NA and ERN being EU. We're going to keep it on the back line of the blue side. Ashley is going to try to get it clear, somewhat playing it off the back wall to get it out to the midfield. Pads is going to play it slow and keep possession. She gets a dunk over the top of Jazz Kitty. And Moxie takes it with the first goal. She sees a gap in Jazzy's Kitty's defense, and she is going to take advantage of it. Rose blushes, makes a great pass off the ceiling, and we see it go in. Somewhat and Pads off the kickoff. Jazzy's Kitties are going to try to take possession, but Rose blush. Rose makes a good challenge. Pads makes a save on the goal line. Kitty gonna pop it up. Nope, that doesn't sound right. Jazz Kitty. Ashley playing patient, and Jazz Kitty is gonna take it. Pads cuts off the pass and somewhat misses the save for it to go in on a second goal for ERN Roar. Love the bunny ears on Somewhat's car. Reminds me of Easter. Pads is going to get a wild clear that goes all the way into the goal on Jazz Kitty's side. Again, we see pressure on Jazz Kitties from the kickoff. Somewhat trying to take a 50 in the back line to keep it safe. Rose blushes, gets a tiny touch out, and Moxie is going to line up the pass for Pads. Blue team gets in the way though. Moxie pushing for another pass. She's going to pass it out for Rose, and Pads is going to hit it in off of the sidebar. Goalpost. There we go. That's the word. My brain can work. Hits it off of the goalpost for a fourth goal with just 2 minutes of game played. Jazzy Kitties are going to have to work hard to figure out a comeback to this team. EU showing that they have been dominant despite a ping difference that is not in their favor. Let's actually check and see what the EU players are working with right now. It looks like we've got pretty decent ping considering that these are USD servers. 108, 120, and 112 pretty solidly. I don't know of an EU player that has gotten better than 90 ping to an NAE server, so this is pretty good for them. Ashley trying to get a pass down to Somewhat, but it's not going to connect. Jazz Kitty keeping it in the corner, but Pads is going to clear it out. Somewhat going for an air roll shot. Moxie comes off of the back wall to save it. Rose is going to try to get it out to Moxie, but Jazz Kitty cuts it off. Thankfully, Pads is on the back line to save it away. Rose taking it up to the ceiling, looking for the pass to the middle, and Moxie is going to be there yet again. This team is displaying good synergy, but one game is all it takes for Jazz Kitties to come back. So this is a best of 3, everybody, so they still have time. Rose going off of the ceiling again, trying to get a pass out to her team. She doesn't have the flip, so she has to settle for her 50. Moxie taking the boost. They're keeping Jazz Kitties very starved on their side. Rose not connecting, and Ashley has a chance. It's not quite online though, and we are going to see it floating in the midfield. Jazz Kitty tries to take it, but nothing's going to come of that drive. Ashley getting demoed, so it gives Moxie a little bit more time to deal with it, which is good given that she has 0 boost currently. Rose with a crazy redirect from the midfield coming out of nowhere for the 6th goal. Let's watch this back. Looks like she was just cherry picking and she got the perfect placement on that. Otherwise, Jazz Kitty could have saved anything on the right side of the net. Moxie making a move off of kickoff. She's going to go for a pass, be a nuisance in the corner, but it's going to clear out. Now Pads has to handle this or else Jazz Kitties have another attempt. Somewhat's not going to get enough power on that, so we see it going back to the blue side. Pads cutting it off in the midfield, but they don't have that much boost, so they have to retreat to the back wall. Somewhat with a good shot on net, but Pads manages to save it. And now it's back on the blue side. Ashley followed it out, but she's going to get demoed for her trouble, and we see it rotate back to orange. Jazz Kitty trying to pop it over the midfield defender, but Pads is going to get a touch on that. You just see the orange players swarming Jazzy Kitties on this side. We're going for a last-minute goal attempt from Jazzy Kitties. Can they get one? Pads is going to make the block yet again. We have a star defender on ERN Roar. They're going to take game 1 with a decisive victory. All right, game number 2. ERN Roar Lionesses are up 1 game in this best of 3. Can Jazzy's Kitties bring it back? We will see. Moxie gonna get demoed on the goal line. Can Jazzy's Kitties take the opportunity? And they will. Ashley with the goal off of a demo from Jazz Kitty. And a bump from Somewhat. Full team play in this one. This is good for them because they're trying to bring back momentum from that 6-0 sweep in the previous game from ERN Roar Lionesses. Moxie gonna take it to the sidewall and pop it. Pads trying to go for the shot, but a blue player gets in the way. Ashley taking the 50 in the back corner. Jazz Kitties gotta remember that if they give ERN Roar Lionesses the passing lanes, they will take advantage of it. They seem like they have their rotations down pat. Somewhat currying it out. Jazz Kitty trying to get the connect on the pass there, but it's not going to work. Ashley taking it around. Is that going to be online? And it is. Ashley with their 2nd goal. This one from a clean midfield outplay with the double touch. It just had too much power for Rose to be able to get back to it. And we're going to see our game at 2-0. Ashley and Rose keeping it pretty even in the midfield off of kickoff. Somewhat gets the dunk on the orange team. Jazz Kitty missing the clear. She's going to go for the redirect though. Will that be online? Moxie saves it. Jazz Kitties look like they're getting in their groove. And to be fair, this is their first game of the tournament where ERN Roar already played one. So they have been warmed up for a little bit here. Rose gonna miss that shot, but it was a tough redirect on the goal. And Somewhat is gonna get a crazy read off of that bounce to put in their 3rd. Jazz Kitty with the clutch, long clear upfield, and Somewhat side flips it in. We're seeing a lot of skill here being played out between these 2 women's teams. I want to remind everybody again that these are regular competing full teams in the Women's Carball League. So you get to see them once a month as they compete in the official league of which this Women's Weekly is planned around. Ashley going to get a good save on the back line. Pads makes an attempt on the goal, but it's not going to go in. And Moxie pops a floater from the sidewall. And there are no blue players back. Hard to say where they all went here. It looks like one went for boost and the others are just gone. They've still got a 2-goal lead, but they've got to be careful because this ERN Roar team seems to be lethal. And they can come back in a short amount of time. Rose getting the demo on somewhat, but Jazz Kitty is going to pay pads back. Ashley taking it slow out to the middle. She has barely any boost, so there's not much else that she can do. Rose getting it past one blue player. She's going for the pass. Pads cannot make it work. So Moxie has to wait in the back. Jazz Kitty pushing up, but she cannot get past those last two defenders. Ashley avoiding the bump and getting the save in a show of skill. Rose is going to turn it back on net. Moxie with the pop and Pads with the great follow as the third woman putting in the second goal. We are down to a 1-goal lead for Jazzy's Kitties, and they are 1 game down in this best of 3, so they've got to make sure to lock it down and take this win so they move on to the third game with a shot to win this round in the tournament and move on to the finals. Rose is going to cut off a clear in the midfield, but Ashley is going to take it away from her. Somewhat clearing off the back wall past Pads, so we see a relief of pressure briefly. Pads taking it up the right side wall. Just going to try to get a pass to Rose, but it doesn't quite hit right. Rose almost gets that goal off of a Jazzy's Kitty team miss. Moxie taking it slow in the corner with 0 boost. Pads is going to step in, but Jazz Kitty is faster with a clear all the way to the orange corner. Jazz Kitty pops it out to the middle, but Pads eliminated their third man. They're going to get a breakaway to the other side, but they can't make immediate use of it. Ashley trying to clear it out again, but the pressure is immediately back on. Somewhat cutting off the shot attempt in the middle. Ashley is going to try to keep it in the corner, but there's a little bit of mechanical fumble there. Jazz Kitty with an attempt at a pass, but Moxie's going to handle it safely into their corner. Sorry if you hear anything extra. My cat is attacking my mic. Hold on. Yeah, boy. All right, somewhat trying to turn it in back into ERN Linus's side. Jazzy's Kitties are going to clear it away. Jazz Kitty with an attempt on goal. We're going to see somewhat as the last player in the back line. Jazz Kitty almost pinches it into her own net, but luckily it hits the crossbar. Moxie going for a quick aerial play. Rose is going to try to keep it in the corner. We see somewhat try to clear it out. Got 4 seconds left. If Jazzy's Kitties can hold on to this, they will force a third game, but it is not over until the ball touches the ground. And there we have it. Jazzy's Kitties bring it to a 1-1 series score, and we will get game 3 in this matchup. All right, game number 3 of ERN Roar Lionesses versus Jazzy's Kitties. Now, I would like to say that looking at the players' ping, I am now not entirely sure that Jazzy's Kitties, as they are signed up in this tournament, are actually the official Jazzy's Kitties team. So I am sure editor me has put on the screen whether that is true or not. Rose trying to get a pass out to the middle. Moxie's not going to be able to connect as Jazzy's Kitties get it clear away. Pads keeping it on the blue side. Moxie trying to get the dunk on Ashley, but she gets it out to the center. There is no second player to follow up on that offensive push though, so we are going to see it play return to the midfield. Rose getting air dribble clear out to her side, but somewhat gets the dunk on her. And Ashley is going to pop it into the middle for Jazz Kitty to take over, but she goes flying past the ball, and we now return to Blue having to lock down on their back end. Rose going for the touch, but Jazz Kitty gets in the way. Somewhat follows up second to get another touch on this. Ashley left on the back line. It's going to pop up from Pad's pass, and Somewhat is going to be able to get there in time to clear it back out. Moxie taking it slow on her back line. Somewhat's doing work back here to try to get the pass out to her teammates, but it just does not come to fruition. Rose taking the 50 in the blue corner. Moxie's going to get a pop to the top right, and that is the first goal of the third game going to ERN Roar Lionesses. Jazz Kitty caught flat-footed in her net there, and she just couldn't get the right momentum to save that shot. ARN taking possession off of the kickoff once again. We're going to see Jazz Kitty try to push it out. Get a nice 50 in the back corner and a pop from Jazz Kitty. Can Ashley put it in? No, Rose gets in the way, and we're going to see Somewhat take it across. Ashley going for another pass. Jazz Kitty's going to try to get it, but Pads is in the way. Somewhat taking it up into an air dribble and a flip reset. We see some confusion on the orange line as Ashley takes the first goal for Jazzy's Kitties. We've got a close game on this match. Looks like Paz just tried to get into the flip in front but ran into Moxie, so let's see if we can't get a little bit of that synergy back from the first game that they played against Jazzy's Kitties. Rose going for a double tap, and it's in for their second goal. We see a great display of skill here as she takes the slow air dribble into the flip and the double tap off the back wall. Jazzy's Kitties got to make a comeback again against ERN Roar, or else it looks like they will be moving on into the finals against It's Game Time. Moxie getting the clear out. Looks like Rose is upfield, so she's going to put a shot on net. But Jazzy's Kitties save it away. Rose being the assistant merchant in these games, and she's gonna get another one with Moxie's shot to make it 3. Now Jazzy's Kitties got to bring it back 3 goals to be able to take this win, which is looking less and less likely as ERN lock down this game. Rose with the challenge against Ashley. We're going to see Pads on the right side wall trying to get it out to Rose, but Somewhat clears it out in time. Moxie's there for the quick turnaround. We're going to see a little bit of back and forth here. Ashley attempting for a goal on ERN Roar's net, but Pads gets in the way, or Moxie gets in the way, my bad. Somewhat getting a dunk. She's going to stay in the corner for another pass for her team, but her teammates are not there. Moxie trying to get the early aerial outplay against the last blue defender. But we're not going to see anything come of it. And Rose goes, I don't want to be assisting anymore. I want to get more goals. Just go and watch this with a nice bottom right corner shot that Jazz Kitty cannot quite reach. Rose taking it off the sidewall for another aerial. She gets a flip reset to get it past 2 defenders, but it's not on target, so it's not going to come of anything. Pads being patient in the midfield as the third woman. Waiting to see if she can get a pass out. Goes a little bit past Moxie, so she has to turn around to keep possession of it. But she's going to get it to Rose, who takes it up for an air dribble. Ashley's in the way, though. Ashley going for the slight redirect pass on that. Jazzy Kitty cannot make it online. Somewhat making a challenge, but Pads pops it around them. And we are going to see Rose put in another. That's her third goal of this game to make it 5 for ERN Roar. And it's looking like it's all but over for Jazzy's Kitties in this tournament. Rose getting a good pop up into the side, trying to get a pass to her team. Moxie's going to follow it up. Somewhat missing off the back wall, and Pat's going to capitalize on that, but Jazz Kitty saves the day for her team by clearing it out. Jazz Kitty going for the double tap, but it's just a little bit too far for her to reach. Do we have a last-minute goal attempt for ERN Roar? Or are we going to stick at 5-1? And it does look like we remain at that scoreline as ERN Roar move on to the finals against It's Game Time. Okay, so to get here, we went through Candy Crushers and It's Game Time, where It's Game Time took the win to get into the finals. And then on the left side of the bracket, we had IRO Esports versus ERN Roar, where they took the win against them and Jazzy's Kitties in the semifinals to move on to the best of 5 finals we have in the middle here. All right, we have the finals of the first week of Women's Weekly. And it looks like, before we got joined in here and connected, that ERN took the first goal against It's Game Time. Now, since it's been a while since we've seen them, I will remind you that It's Game Time is composed of Emily, who is an NA player, Mozzie Pie, who is also NA, and Astea. So we have got a fully NA team against EU again in this tournament. Maisie Pie is from Misfits, and Astea and Emily I cannot think of right now because I do not have the WCB rosters in front of me. But ERN Roar is going to get yet another goal to start off this first game. Now, just so I am not a terrible host here, let me see if I can do some investigation. It looks like Emily is a player for the Mosquitoes team in WCB NA. And then Astea is currently without a team, if I am not mistaken. So we have a fully hodgepodge team here on the It's Game Time side. Can they take down a regular WCB fully formed team that has been working on their synergy for months? We will see. Pad's gonna pop it on the back line, but Astea gets the clear out. She has 0 boost though, so she had to wait for the mid to make her final push. Mozzie Pie gonna get into the back corner. She's gonna clear out Pad's push, and Rose is gonna collect it at the midfield. Emily trying to cut off the shot. And Astea is gonna manage to keep that away from Moxie. We see it going the full circle around as Pads clears out all the way to the orange side. Astea is going to have a little bit of time here to collect and gather her bearings. Pads getting the clean shot in the bottom left corner is going to make it 4-0 in this first game. Now, as we saw with Jazzy's Kitties, It's Game Time might just need a little bit of time to warm up again after having a break, sitting in the finals, waiting for the results of the last match. Astea making a bold attempt on goal, but Rose is going to push it clear. Moxie waiting at the midfield. She's going to take it away. Maisie has 0 boost in the back, so she's not going to be able to get it clear, but Astea comes in clutch for her. Pads hanging upfield, trying to get the redirect. Moxie going for the dunk, but she can't quite get it underneath the crossbar. Stealing away the boost, we see the It's Game Time's players having a tough time with their boost totals. Rose getting a clean save to the back left corner. Moxie's gonna try to block the next shot, but it's not online, so we have no problem there. Hold on, I might sneeze. Okay, no, it's got away. Rose taking it out of her corner. She's gonna go for a 50 as she has 0 boost, so there's not much else that she can do. Pads getting around one orange player, but it's brought across the goal line by Emily to keep it safe for now. Estea with the long clear downfield. Emily's going to call her off and keep on it. Mozzie Pie trying to get a shot on net. She's going to wait in the corner to get a pass, hopefully out to one of her players. Pads being a brick wall in their back corner. We see her get a pass out to Rose Blushes, but it's not going to be fast enough as an orange player gets in the way of it. Emily with the ceiling pinch out. Estea's making chaos on the back line, and Pads barely saves it in time as she recovers from the tomfoolery that was happening. Pads keeping close possession of this, and she is gonna get a goal off of it as Moxie runs ahead to go for a bump, making Estea jump for it, and Mozzie Pie have to wait so that the save is not possible in time. Now, even though this scoreline is 5-0, there have been sparks and flashes of brilliance from It's Game Time, and of course, as I am saying that, we have a caster curse in action, folks. Estea misses an easy save in the back. Admittedly, it was a very fast ball, but it was definitely savable. As I was saying though, It's Game Time, as we saw in their previous matchup and in between the goals that ERN Roar have gotten in this game, they are capable of keeping up with them. And I do believe they can take at least one game off of them, if not a couple. ERN Roar has been showing up with some great synergy though, working off of each other's passes and managing in the back line while their players get return and get boost. Emily taking it for a full field air dribble. Can she get it past Pads? No. Pads is going to save it away, and that hits the ground. Game 1 going to ERN Roar Lionesses. They are the single EU team in this entire tournament, sweeping the bracket. All right, game number 2. We've had a little bit of conversation back and forth from the players in the game chat, but now we are back into the second game with ERN Roar keeping up the pressure as they have shown in their previous matches. Pads going for a high pass up to Rose Blushes, who is on the ceiling, but it's not going to come of anything. Estea making the challenge on the right side of the field. Rose getting a crazy dunk, and Moxie with a tricky shot to take the first goal. That pinch was quite wild, and for Moxie to be there with just the right rotation of her car so that it went in, that was very good demonstration of why slow rotates on the upfield as you have made your touch can be useful. Mozzie trying to get a shot on net. Emily's going to have to 50 it to keep it from going in her net. Rose getting a quick pass out to the middle, but Moxie backflips as she was not in the right position to make a goal out of it. Pads going for the double, and we have more pressure in net against the orange team as Rose goes for a bump against Emily, clears her out of the goal, and Moxie has a free look to put that goal in. Looks like the physical play is really getting to this NA pickup team, and they're going to have to figure out quickly how to deal with it if they want to take the win. Moxie keeping it in the orange side. Rose is going for yet another bump. Moxie plays it slow so she can get a pass out to Rose as she turns around after the boost steal. But it's not going to come of anything yet. Though we know that mounting pressure is the #1 way to score in Rocket League, eventually one team will make a mistake. So as long as you can make less mistakes as your opponent, you're going to win. It's as simple as that. Just score, forehead, right? As Rose gets another one, bouncing off the goalpost to go in. Pad's almost messing up her shot there, but you know, goal's a goal is a goal. And if you can't keep track of that, slow it down and re-listen. Pads and Stea going on the kickoff. Moxie's going to take it slow into the air. She didn't quite get the touch that she wanted, so Rose is going to try to come in there and bail her out. But thankfully, the orange players were not ready for that mistake. We see Emily with a back pass. But it's not going to do much as Pads keeps it right back in play for ERN Roar. Stea trying to create some space. But Moxie is going to cut it off, and Rose going for the downwards team pass. Orange gets in the way. Moxie lining up in front of the goal, but Pads cannot quite get it in. Mozzie's gonna take it slowly out, take a 50 against Moxie to keep it in play for them. Now we need a fast orange breakaway. If she can get this online, no, Anastasia cannot get there for the shot. We see an opportunity gone for It's Game Time. Moxie popping it up, but Mozzie Pie is going to clear it out to the center. Emily can't quite get there, so Pads is going to keep it. Astea going for a dangerous dribble in front of her net, but Moxie can't quite get the right dunk on it. Pads and Rose going to do a team play there to clear it out. Mozzie going for the shot, but it's offline. Rose turning back in for the bumps like we have seen her do many times before to great success. But this time around, it will not work. Pad zero boost, just trying to feint any sort of pressure against the orange team. We're going to see a little bit of time in the blue side for once. But as Pads brings it out, that is the end of this pressure play for It's Game Time. Rose trying to get a soft pass to the middle, but Mozzie Pie is going to clear it away. Pads can't quite read it on the sidewall, so it's going to leave Moxie by themselves. And she does well to handle it. Pads with a quick side flip to get it out to Rose, but it's not going to go in. We see Moxie with another air roll shot on net, just trying to keep the opponents jumping, get them to waste their boost. Mozzie going for a demo on Pads, but it doesn't quite work, and we're going to see Rose go for another double touch. Moxie missing her touch as well, which means Mozzie Pie can clear it out. Emily going up with a vanilla air dribble. We're going to try to see a double, and it does not connect, even though Mozzie got the demo against the opponent there. It seems like the orange team is having a little bit of trouble getting their team synergy down, as we have a little bit of a worry on the goal line. Mozzie's gonna sit and twerk on the boost pad. Astea getting the block so Mozzie doesn't have to worry about saving that. Rose is trying to put one into the top right. Again, Mozzie takes it out. She's gonna bump Emily as she goes for the goal. Emily gets the bump, but there's still a 50, and we do not see a goal yet for It's Game Time as ERN Roar take the second game of this match. Now be reminded that this is a best of 5 for the finals, so we will see at least one more game. Game number 3. Here we go. It's Game Time are going to have to reverse sweep this to take the win in the first Women's Weekly Tournament. Pads keeping it in even though she can't get a shot on net here. She's going to drop it down to Moxie even though it was an intended shot. Mazepie in the backline getting the pass out. Her teammates could not make a goal of it. Again, in the midfield, she keeps the pressure on. She's going to get demoed for her trouble. Anastea is going to go for the goal attempt, but blue team gets in the way. Moxie bringing it down the left side. She's going to get the pop out to her teammates, but Pads wasn't quite ready for that. Emily has some time to save it out as she goes for the in and out save. Mozzie going for the dunk. She gets it, but she has 0 boost, so she has to leave this to her teammates to try to score. There's a little bit of miscommunication between Emily and Astea as they hit each other and can't make something of that push. Rose calmly taking this out into the middle. She's going to trust her teammates to lock it down while she's gone. But Astea is going to get a goal attempt, but it's offline. Mazepie getting it out to the right side, left side, any side. And we see a goal scored by Moxie. Aaron Roar keeping its game time to 0 across this entire series so far. Or is that even true? My memory is shoddy. Pads and Emily off the kickoff. We're gonna see Mazepie take control of it, but Moxie gets in the way. Rose with a nice little pass out. Moxie can't read the double touch. Pads left alone in the back line, and they mess up their wave dash. Thankfully, no orange players were there to capitalize. Rose getting an easy save. And we're going to have a little bit of confuzzlement on the blue line. Astea taking it up into the air. She gets a dunk down. Can orange convert this into a goal? Astea with the pop down. Emily going to get the bump on Rose, but it does not amount to anything. Pads keeping it in their back corner. Rose is going to take it away. She gets it over another orange player. It's going to go for the 50, but Emily manages to save it away. Mazepie getting cut off at the midfield. We see Moxie up with 0 boost. Not much more she can do with that than posture. Mazepie going for the demo. Her teammates can't get it in. Emily with the routine save on her goal line. Mazepie is going to push it out there in anticipation of her teammates being able to do a quick counter, but they were not ready. Pads with the pressure in, and we're going to see a lack of orange players on the back line as Mazepie is waiting for the boost, and Emily cannot get back in time to save the goal. Aaron Roar Lionesses are up 2-0 in this match. And if they win this game, they're going to take the total tournament win. Emily, though, with the clean line to get a goal. We see some celebration in the chat as she says, yes, no perfect sweep, W. We see some of the players having some verbal sparring in the in-game chat. Looks like it's all fun and laughs out here. Emily going for a demo on Moxie, but Moxie manages to slip away. She's going to clear it out on her left side wall. Emily getting it around. Mazepie is going to go for a quick aerial read. Can Emily get it back down to her? She has 0 boost, so she can't quite make it. Rose with the pinch out. She's going to go for the quick pop. Emily stops the inner track, and Astea is there to follow up on it. There's a bump on the back line. Again, no surprise there. It looks like ERN Roar is continuing the physical plays. Moxie 50ing it back onto the goal line past Astea, and they get their third. Rose putting it in, but Moxie doing all the work in that. Emily going for the quick read and the air dribble. She can get the flip reset. She gets the 50, but Rose manages to keep it out of their net. Rose following up again. She's going to keep close possession of it, but Mazipai is going to steal it away. Trying to get it to Astea, but she wasn't quite ready. Rose now just has to get it into the middle, but none of her teammates are there to make the goal. Mazipai up to Astea. Astea gets the pop over, who I might think was Emily, but Mazipai is going to find the hole in the ERN Roar Lioness's defense and slot it right in the bottom of the net. Moxie almost got there with the flip, but it wasn't close enough. Kickoff going in ERN's favor. We see Orange have to deal with the pressure yet again. Emily missing the save on the back. So Astea is going to take it away for her. Mozzie with 0 boost on the left wall, so she's not going to be able to do much with it. Moxie tries to turn around. We need one more goal to be able to go to the next game for It's Game Time. Otherwise, they are eliminated and ERN are the winners. You see it kept up, but ERN Roar are going to take the win 3-0. No perfect sweep, but they did not drop a game, which is just crazy. They don't have the ping advantage, but they are an official team. So maybe it makes sense why they took this win. All right, that's going to do it for the first week of Women's Weekly League. And we had some pretty good games and great goals in this to watch. We had some official teams and we had some teams that were just thrown together last minute to compete. So I want to thank everybody for playing. Let's go over the teams again. We had Candy Crushers, who had Mithra from EU, Candy from NA, and Lady Air from NA. Then we had Iro Esports with Pepper, Princess Warrior, and Kitten Mittens. Jazzy's Kitties with Ashley Somewhat and Jazzy Kitty herself. And then for our 2 finalists, It's Game Time with Mazipai, Emily, and Astea, and the winning team of ERN Roar Lionesses, who has Rose Blushes, Pads, and Moxie. So if you enjoyed this, I will be trying to put it on every single week for the foreseeable future. And any women that are interested in joining can feel free to check the Discord link in the description. A prerequisite is that you must be a verified female player in the WCB or Women's Carball Discord to be able to compete in this league. I want to keep this a safe space for all women involved, and having a verification system of my own is just not feasible, so I am going off of WCB's right now for simplicity's sake. So again, if you are a women player and you would like to join that, please go get verified in the WCB Discord and then join the Women's Weekly Discord and find your team to compete weekly. It can be casual play. It can be practice before a regional for official WCB teams, or it can just be to have a fun time with ladies in the community that you haven't met before. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.